Blue Bee's Tales by the PARAnnoyed P.I. Aroma. They say I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I can be blunt enough at times to compensate. That's what got me through the apocalypse, first market collapse, and then the deterioration of it all. I only managed to survive the first wave from surviving all the waves of inmates in the prison I sat in. There was enough food at first, plenty of crude weapons to keep others at bay, but then they came. The raiders pushed me out of my hell hovel and into a wasteland between Dust Bowl towns and zilch. It was 6 months in prison with cold showers most mornings before I missed it roaming the desert. About 2 weeks into my trek to the new world, I began to smell myself, like a creature following me. I faced sandcrawlers and peg walkers over the dunes. Their water reserves were quenching enough. There's never enough left over to clean myself, with all the grit, sand, and grime that accumulates. I chaffed through the lowered water table onto my next pit stop via an old oil refinery with water. By the time I got to the weathered crude factory, the buried water reserves had been depleted. Trekking further across the barren wastes, I neared some vegetation and was caught by a smell. I could tell I was getting close to my destination. It had a new world odor about it, something spicy. Following the scent into the overgrowth, I was pulled toward an abandoned airport behind the shrub. Crossing the tarmac, I got closer to giant hangars where I heard loud music pumping like jet engines. The enormous hangar door rolled open and an entourage of people covered in feathers approached.
You stink. How long's it been between baths?
You stink. But of nice things. Sorry, it's been a while since I've talked with anyone.
You can join our ragtag of wasteland survivors, but you must take a bath first.
Thanks. I'd love one.
Then we'll see you after the rain. Goodbye now.
They left me on the airport runway for over 3 weeks, while I waited for the next rain to come. I sustained myself off dragonfly patties and running my tongue up the concrete in the morning dew. It was hot and humid at the airport, but it was my only ticket to salvation in this god-forsaken world. In the dead of night, the clouds began to crack to life and eventually opened to finally clean me. I laid on the tarmac and made rain angels in the gritted concrete and heavy downpour from above. Walking back up to the hangar, I knocked as hard as I could until the clique of feathers arrived. You didn't have any water to bath me with?
Not enough for you, Petal.
So, will you let me in now? I've showered.
No, dear, you still stink. You reek of desperation. Can't have that in our midst. Try again elsewhere.
These are desperate times.
Not in here, it isn't.
Why would I want to join you anyway? You seem like an elite clique of feathers already.
Regardless of your background, we can smell you from miles away. We don't take in bad smells.
Despite appearances, with the jail threads, I was wrongly accused. You do all the stinking for them.